unabashed black. There is a happy trail to my good evening. Of course, only for temporary earthy appeasing. Feeding the desire to desire. For the sake of touching and being desire. I am the goat rider to escape the coast higher to the sky's highways. Wider for the sake of becoming everything I see and dream. I am eating, thinking, breathing, and bleeding. Bob Ross, Happy Trees.
7. God has many names and is a very nice person. She wears camouflage all the time, so we never see her. But we can talk to her, and she'll listen, which is polite and nice of her to do.
Pottery brain. Molding abscess. With blonde aromas. Keeping safe with God. Hold him to it! Press, printing, living dreams, holy hecking, probable deities, my friends, ineffable mystery. They heads on sticks, or ventriloquists. Radiohead, sue me. I beat the door down one day with 5 fingers. I sat in the corner and summoned a rival. None of this story is applicable to dust or shackles. Set free, every angle, a bus.
There once was a baptismal jungle at the edge of Kansas and its greatest funnel. All of the people on the island ate each other for supper, although the crops they grew were abundant. A luncheon in regards to the future of the children made them poison. A grievance toward every achievement was fecundant, growing rampant and wild. For some reason, they were urged to do and do, yet were warned to never take pleasure in the fruit. Instructed that everything they do is a duty. Told never to enjoy what is a necessity. Watching petty wings under petty strings fall off of the wayside. No echo to even catch the sound. Lost in administration. No voice, no hands, no eyes, no language. No name warranted or given. So how does anyone do what's right when they don't exist? Never seen, never heard, never felt. Not even speaking of misfire. Not even speaking of canceled. The invisible people.
14. Blow his mind with this sneaky move. Stand behind him and stroke his penis. This positions your palm flat against his member's sensitive underside, the same way he grips it when he masturbates. Then do a few things he can't do himself, like whisper in his ear or kiss his back.
That enormous tree. Brown leaves, fallen, horizontal, uprooted. I named Try a Minute. In the woods behind the golf course, at the bottom of a steep, potholed alley. Dad and I hunted golf balls with a yellow bucket. On our walk, we found a pedal car missing a wheel among the leaves. He painted it brown for me, like the family Honda. I drove in circles on the patio, and the pedals gave me a blister, my foot a moon.
Extension expired. The dried meat hanging from the rafters. She is free again, to be heaved under a holy mass by chalice coping. Weird aromas. Isn't it the isolate? Asking in plain discretion, wondering why he can't take a hit without a proper goodbye. The iris bleeds when you enter for ink. It goes gushy like solid stone appraisal. This overly ripe fruit, my mouth slips. I dream of cutting my tongue, but the mouth yours more moves me out of context. How hope can mean death in 3 languages. Counting and not a care in the world. Eloquently numb, pitiful rage and boundless bodies. The hypocrisy flies across all 7 seas. And what about positivity? What about positivity? We are trash people talking lit. I spit in your mouth. I cut so much it makes my stomach sick. I cut so much it makes my stomach sick. With the rope and 2 beads, my head spinning out of control. I weave into my hands soft glass and I beam for you on the floor. Arrival! Arrival! I keep my wings on this time. I might need them later.
"24. Tim Benton is my best friend in the whole world. He reads really good books, and he's smart, and he gives good book suggestions. If any of you meet Tim at a bar, or at the Bouchon Creperie, where he works, you should try to be friends with him. Say something clever about Star Trek, Next Generation, or mention the Michael Chabon novel you were thinking about buying. He also watches good movies and plays frisbee golf."
I had a haunting, humming, hickory and chicory through my veins. Although trickery can pass through any fuming spine, we would all have to find what loves us and who loves us the best. Who and what most fondly warms beyond your bed. We let ourselves be human together. We let and helped each other heal. That's what we needed, what we wanted. Because somewhere in the wind, yet underneath, everything beautiful is damaged. I didn't want to panic. I didn't want to panic. To water and feed you, then lose you. You came out of my favorite garden, a field cuddled into my stream.
The time Uncle Charlie and Granddaddy came to visit me at school. They pull up in some old person's car. I'll always remember the eyes. Great golden hawks taking the sky.
"48. This is my favorite poem in the world. When I first wrote it, I was very tired and sweaty. When I first read it, I was very happy with myself and with the formidable power of the English language.
A watercress lie from above the marmot swallow, in a house made of angst and safe. My days have already passed. There is a bee in a garden, lone and full of love, seeking friendship for bees, on anniversaries, on love. Here I give you 3 types. Buzz. Bzz. 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 The shadows in the water, hard a vessel for self-doubt, but the tinkle pinky is a snide remark from the autotune. The washer, the dryer, the keys, locked inside the house, the same man, not me, the crazy one, me, and my younger sister that I never had. I later changed brother to sister in a quick fix of novelty nuts. What a craft. The Echo Abysmal tenderly gave me a nice nap. I tried for a shrivel of the post-war romance. Later it became truth, and heart stolen away from me, warmth. I never knew what a hard bone would do to a soft shoe. Then there was you, the infinitesimal shifting abundance. I am in love with you. I have kept my money on my mouth stone, and I have washed my eyes so deep the world was scary. But under finesse and video game cheats and would-it-be literal brain damage, I learned us in a breath that was made of fleeting viscosity. I found me finding you in it, where we always were. Hiking time lapses, shivering scales off of our hard-laden bodies, oils the wound and pictures the word. The runoff with imagination was a gift we always made room for. Somehow, we found a way to show everyone how to live.
My whole life I have been learning and discovering how to be a loner without being lonely. And it feels pretty good to be placed into warm sanctuary palms. Why'd you chase yourself off of the cliff? I was just getting to really know you. And the road of you windy, unraveled ever more so brightly with the passing days. Stage coaching into the sunrise, stage coaching into the sunset. Our legs are wet, our heads become clouds of building confessions of our entrails. The very slobber and lather and chatter that entails our warmest beat-up battle.
78. This is definitely the best poem I've ever written. Before I came here, William Blake called me and asked me if it was finished. I told him it was, and he sounded really happy about that. Normally, I would find such a reaction insincere, but from what college professors have said about him, I figured he really was happy that I finished. I was surprised, though, because I always think William Blake is dead. But then I thought, well, I always think Bob Dylan is dead. So maybe logic is fallible.
My friend told me of the 30-year-old owl whose tree died and had to be cut down. And inside, they found over 400 cat collars.
You tasted of the worms and the melting tundra of earth. I just hope we were still preserved. Don't crack me open just yet into final purge. Though I get weary, weepy, and wavy occasionally, I shall still stray into Milky Way with my feet the only thing grounded in such a delightful plate, crushing grapes into our skin, sweating and crying blood into the loams, crowns of grass, corn, and foam.